Hey there everyone, welcome. It is Wednesday, March 9th, and this is my weekly update. I am Raylan from Itchin' for Some Stitchin'. I'd like to welcome you all here. So usually I do kind of go through a certain sequence. If you guys aren't familiar, I usually do some personal stuff. I go through my works in progress, I tell you about all my events and promos, and then I do a tips, tutorials, and more section. So as always, I'm going to start with the personal stuff. So hey everybody, thanks for joining. So this weekend, my husband and I went out for date night, and we did go see The Batman. My t-shirt here, I think it's actually Catwoman or whatever, but we went to see The Batman, and it was super fun. I was really shocked because it was oh my gosh, 2 a.m. in the morning there. Thank you so much for being on. That's amazing. I can't believe you jumped on at 2 a.m. I would be sleeping. Oh, happy to see you too. Thank you so much. But yeah, so we went to see Batman. I don't know if you guys have tried to get in to see this movie, but tickets were sold out for literally days, and we finally got in this weekend at like a 9:25 p.m. showing, and it's a 3-hour long movie. So my husband and I did not think that we would make it through, but we did because it was actually really action-packed, and if you're really into superhero movies, I do highly recommend it. So it was a really fun date night for us. So now I'm going to go on. I'm actually going to change the order of what I do here. Usually I do my tips, tutorials, and more section at the end, and today I'm actually going to show you how to do decreases in crochet. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend too. But I'm going to move that actually earlier, and we're going to move our events and promo section to the end because I am hoping to have a guest pop on today for that section. She's going to be popping on more towards the end of the live. So please stick around for that. She should be here. So let's go ahead and get started with the works in progress. If you guys do follow along, you guys do know that I have 2 summer projects that are in play right now, and I am so pleased to say that I am finally making some progress on them. I've been super busy with a lot of the events and things that are going on right now, so I hadn't given my crochet as much attention, but finally, here we go. So number 1 is my asymmetrical shawl. Now hold on, this yarn is very delicate, you guys, so I only have and I don't want it to come untangled because I don't want my work to come undone. Okay, so here we are. It's pretty long at this point, but I have changed up what I'm doing. So hopefully you guys can see this. So I have this whole new layer that's going on, and I don't know how much of this layer I'm going to do. I want it to be pretty significant because I don't want it to be the same throughout. And then I do have a 3rd stitch that I want to do after this one, so expect this to get a little bit bigger. But hopefully I will get it tied up hopefully by this weekend so I can get it into testers. But there it is, making some huge progress on that. I'm very, very pleased. All right, and then my summer baseball tee, which I have decided might not actually be a baseball tee after all. And this has to do with the stitch that I'm using and the way that I am putting this together. It looks like, so what I had originally planned for this is to have the blue, and then it's going to be a V-neck, and then I had planned to have like 2 stripes within that white, but with the way that this stitch has worked, I'm not so sure that is going to work out. So at this point, it might just be a summer t-shirt. The other thing is, this is going to be the back piece. So haven't made it to the V-neck yet, and I've kind of decided that I wanted to change the way I did this a little bit. Originally, my thought process was to make the back and then the front and then seam them together, but I'm thinking I might be able to do this as all one piece, so it would be a lot less seaming. And in order to do that, I might actually have to frog this white part here because I don't like how I made the transition, and if I can fix it and do the way that I have now visioned in my head, I think it'll be a lot easier and a lot less seaming. So yeah, I'm gonna probably take this out. I'm gonna test out my 2nd way, and if not, I'll come back to this way. But I did make some progress on it, just might be some frogging, and just depending, I'm going to sort of put it aside a little bit and really focus on the asymmetrical shawl, so that way I can really get one of my summer projects done. These kind of have drug on just a little too much simply because I've been doing a lot of events and other stuff on the computer. So I really do want to make some real headway on at least one of them, finish up the shawl, and then come back to this. But this is probably going to change a little bit. Okay. And then, as I've been promising, I have not started my first fall one yet, but I did come up with the stitch pattern. So this is my 4th swatch. I did 3 other stitches, and they were all really lovely. but they didn't really have what I wanted for this particular. I'm going to be doing a fall poncho, and I have something particular in mind, and all the other stitches were beautiful, but this one, I hope you guys can see this. This one I feel like has a lot of dimension to it. The way the stitches are put together kind of creates a subtle wave-like pattern. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. So yeah, I'm really excited to get started on this one with this, because I think once the whole poncho is put together, especially here in our Arizona sun, I think you're going to kind of see that real wave pattern come in, and it's going to have a lot of dimension and play in it. I originally had wanted for the poncho something with texture. Now this does not have a lot of texture, but the dimension is just amazing, so I think it is literally the perfect stitch for it. So expect some progress on that coming up soon. And so those are the 3 things that I am working on right now. If you guys have been following along, you do know that I have a swimsuit cover that is being sponsored by Love Crafts that I have not started on. I have received my yarn for it, but I want to get some other things out of the way. I did show you my stitch pattern, so expect that to kind of start cropping up too in the lives, all right? So now what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to switch my events and promos. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to show you guys how to make the decreases in crochet. So I'm going to put my camera down. You're going to see the sky for a few minutes. And once we're done with that, well, for a few seconds. And once we're done with that, we're going to come back up. So you're going to see me again. And hopefully by that time, my guest will be on and she will be able to take over part of the events and promo section, okay? So take a look at our beautiful Arizona sky. I adjust my camera. All right, where are we here? Can you guys, let's see. No, obviously you can't see anything because I haven't turned the camera yet. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this. Now, I'm gonna kind of bring it down a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I cannot see your questions and comments when I am in this position. So I will try to remember to take a look, but I have a tendency to forget. So if you guys do have a question or comment that you want to make about this, as soon as this is posted, please be sure to PM me or write a comment on the actual video itself, and I will definitely get back to you, okay? So what I have here is just a really, really small sample. This is all single crochet. It's about 10 stitches. And I'm actually going to show you how to make decreases using single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. All right, so the easiest thing, this is not the one I recommend, okay? But the easiest thing to do, so now we are on, what are we, single crochet. All right, let's make a chain 1 so we can turn our work. Okay, and I'm just going to do a couple single crochets just to kind of get us more into the middle of this fabric here. All right, so if you don't know how to single crochet, I'm going to put my hook in under, I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to pull through, I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2, okay? And I'm just going to do a few of those to get into the center here. Okay, here we are. So the simplest way to make a decrease, and when we're making a decrease, what I mean by that, if you don't know, is to take the number of stitches that we have, and we have 10, and reduce them, and typically reduce them by 1 each time. So our goal here would be to reduce it by 1, making 9 stitches, okay? So the simplest way to do that is not the way I would recommend, okay? You're going to literally just skip your next stitch, go into the stitch after that, and make a single crochet, okay? Now the issue with that is it leaves this really big hole, and especially if you were doing, say you were doing half double crochet or double crochet, imagine how big that hole would be, okay? So usually when people do this, they've done this by mistake, okay? So if you're somebody who, you know, you're working on your 10 stitches, you get to the end and you're at 9 and you're supposed to have 10, this is more than likely what you've done is you've accidentally skipped a stitch. So go back and look for that big hole, and that's probably where you've made your mistake. So that's not really how we want to do it. So what we really want to do is take these 2 stitches and we want to turn them into 1. And this is often called single crochet 2 together. Now when we do half double crochet, it'll be half double crochet 2 together. When we do double crochet, it'll be double crochet 2 together. Okay, and it's actually much easier than you think. The way that you start out is by starting out like you're going to make your first single crochet in your next stitch. So you're going to go under both loops, you're going to yarn over, pull through. Now to complete this, we usually yarn over and pull through 2, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and take our hook and we're going to insert it into the next stitch. So we're like this. Now we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through and we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to go ahead and yarn over and pull through all 3. Now, I'm going to take this out so hopefully you guys can see this. We've just now effectively taken these 2 stitches and turned them into 1 single crochet stitch. So we have reduced our stitch count here by 1. So that is single crochet 2 together, and it's one of the best ways to reduce your stitch count when you're using single crochet. Now, I am going to show you one other alternative to the single crochet 2 together. It's actually my favorite way to do it, okay? So again, we're going to start out like we're making a normal single crochet. We're going to go into this stitch. We're going to yarn over. Oh, no, we're not. I lied. Okay. We're going to go into this stitch. So now when we do this, when we make our regular stitch, we're going to go in from front to back. Now what we're going to do is we're literally going to just twist our hook a little bit, and we're going to go into this next stitch from back to front. So just like that, and it looks a little funky. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And there, we've done exactly the same thing. We've taken 2 stitches and we've reduced it down to 1. I like this one a little better simply because I feel like it leaves less bulk when pulling these 2 stitches together. But either way works. Test it out, find out which one you like the best. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to half double crochet 2 together. So I'm taking out these stitches here, and we are going to chain 2 because it is half double crochet. So 1, 2 for our turning chain, and then I'm just going to make a few half double crochets to kind of get into the center here. Sorry about that, I think I just hit the camera. So we're going to yarn over. If you don't know how to do a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over. You're going to go into your stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches on the hook, okay? So yarn over, next stitch, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, next stitch, yarn over, pull through 3. Okay, so now we're a little bit in the middle. And so now what I want to do is I want to take these 2 stitches and turn them into 1 using half double crochet. And it's done very similar to the single crochet 2 together. You start out by starting out by making your first half double crochet, okay? So we're going to yarn over. We're going to put the stitch in, or we're going to put the hook through the first stitch. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through. Now, usually to complete this half double crochet, we would just yarn over and pull through 3. But we're not going to do that. Again, we're just going to take it at this point. So with this first stitch here, you're kind of making it halfway through the stitch. So halfway through your single crochet, in this case, halfway through your half double crochet. You're going to then put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all the remaining loops on the hook. And there you have created 1 half double crochet where you once had 2 stitches. Now in this case it is single crochet down here, but I'm not going to change it, you know, to do all half double crochets or all half double crochets. I just kind of started here. So imagine if you had a row of half double crochets here, you would have taken these 2 half double crochets and turned it into 1. But the point here is to take 2 stitches and turn it into 1. So the next one I'm going to show you is the double crochet 2 together. So I'm just taking out my stitches, and I have 2 for my chain, so I'm going to add 1 because the turning chain for double crochet is 3. All right, and if you don't know how to double crochet, so you're going to yarn over, you're going to go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and I'm just going to do a few of those to get kind of in this middle here. So yarn over, let's go in and make a couple double crochets. All right, so now here we are. We're going to turn these 2 stitches into 1 using double crochet. And just like with the single crochet and the half double crochet, we're going to make part of a double crochet with our first stitch. We're going to make it halfway through the double crochet. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into the stitch. We're going to yarn over. We are going to pull through. And we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 2. Now to complete a double crochet, we would usually yarn over and pull through these 2. Again, we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight into the next stitch. No, we're not. We're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch because we are making a double crochet, yarn over again, and pull through. we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 stitches left on the hook. And now we have 1 double crochet in these 2 stitches. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to everybody. I will put a slower paced video out on YouTube as soon as I get a chance that shows how to do all 3 of these. But this is a super easy, quick way to make a decrease in crochet, and it's actually kind of one of the, there are lots of other alternatives, but these are all my favorites. I have only one alternative method that I like better than this, which I showed you that with the single crochet. All right, so let me pop the camera back up and see if our guest has joined us, okay? So just 1 second here. No, let's see, flip the camera. All right, here we go. Okay, so let me just make sure this is gonna hold. Last time, one of the times the camera fell on me. That was not cool. Okay, all right, so here we are. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. So I am looking for our guest. Let's see if she, I'm gonna kind of just scroll through the chat here and see if she's here. There she is. Hi, Kristen. So I'm gonna just let her in here, and then I'm gonna do my little spiel. Let's see if she pops on here. Okay.
There we go.
There she is. Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Sorry, I've got my camera angled. I'm going to
turn my volume up because I can barely hear you, and hopefully I don't mess this up. That's not volume. Hold on here. Okay.
I love the color of that yarn you were using. What yarn were you using for your tutorial?
For the tutorial, that is, oh, there goes the camera. See, I told you, this has happened to me one other time. That's so funny.
At least it didn't go in the pool.
No, I know, right? How awful would that be? Fortunately, iPhones are usually waterproof now, but still not cool. Okay, so I think that I'm using Burnett, and it's, I think it's an older one. I don't know if they even make it anymore. It was like soft and silky or something like that, and it was the colorway Sage.
Oh, I love the color.
Thank you. I actually picked that color a long time ago when I first started designing and blogging. It was one of my brand colors because I learned about branding, and then I eventually got away from it, but I was doing all my tutorials in that color because of that. So anyway, that's just an aside. So anyway, so Kristen Caldwell is here to join us. She is from Hooks, Books, and Wanderlust, and why she is here today is, you guys, this is now my events and promo section where I'm going to tell you I have the Spring Style 2022 blog hop going on right now. And in this event, you can get up to 33 free patterns, 1 per day. You do have to act fast because they are only free for 24 hours. We are through our first week, I believe, at this point, but the event still goes through April 2nd. And Kristen has our featured pattern today. So she is going to share it with us, and I think she said that she's going to show us some different ways to use it. So I'm going to just back up and let you take it, Kristen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for having me on today. I'm so excited to be here and to join you. I have the Alora Wrap pattern for you guys today, and I'm going to bring it kind of close to the camera here so you can just kind of see the detailing on it. It uses
beautiful.
Thank you. And honestly, so it uses a fingering weight yarn, which, a lot of times people hear fingering weight and they think socks, tiny hooks. No. But I used a larger hook on it. So I used a size G crochet hook, so it's not scary, and it's only basic stitches. So it's extremely beginner friendly. I've got it marked as an advanced beginner pattern, and that's mostly only because it is a fingering weight, which, it definitely feels different in your hand than like a worsted weight. So there's some getting used to with that. But combining the larger hook size with those basic stitches, it's totally doable. And I actually have some beginners, skill level people in my testing group so that I could make sure that I address everything in the pattern that maybe might be confusing to somebody. So it is so doable. The length of it here, I can't even show it on this tiny square. It's like not even it's a really nice length. It is approximately 80 inches long and 16 inches high, wide, high.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really long, but it's lovely. That's going to let you be able to style it in lots of different ways.
Exactly. And I mean, the whole point of having a wrap is so that you can wrap it, you know, like to just cozy up in it. So yeah, it's using the yarn I use for this is from We Crochet, obviously. Thank you to them for providing the yarn for it. This is their Hawthorne Speckle hand painted, and it's in the color Cobbler, which it's kind of like mostly a white, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's white with like hints and speckles of like a pink and like a deep
like a
pink.
plum. Is there like a plum in there? It's beautiful.
It's like a navy, actually. Yeah, it's really pretty. So it goes with so many like shades of blue or maroon. So like in my pictures originally, I had like chambray on, and it worked well with that. And today I've got like a maroon top on, so it works really well with that too. I am going to show you guys a few ways that I like to style it, but I got to change my camera angle. So hang on one second.
Great.
Okay. Try and step back here. So right now I just got it kind of like as a basic wrap, and you know, it's easy enough. Sometimes I might go off center, like right now I've got it pretty centered so that it's the same drop length on both sides, but sometimes I like to, you know, give it a little visual interest and change up off center. If I've maybe got a wedding that I'm going to, I love wraps for weddings because they're so versatile. They're lightweight. You can pull it up if you need it. But then like if you're, you know, you've got hors d'oeuvres, you're doing the cocktail bit at the reception, and maybe you're inviting and you're getting warm. You're like, okay, well, I'll just drop it back here, and it still looks like so flirty and feminine and just nice and dainty. So it's great.
Very elegant.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And I'm super excited because we've got an event that I'm going to have to dress up for, and I totally intend to wear this wrap for that. So yeah, and just being, like I said, it's a great length to wrap around you, and you can use, I don't have any shawl pins, but you could definitely do that as well.
Oh, I see, like put a brooch like right up here.
Right.
Kind of up.
Yes.
Also a really elegant look, especially if it's a little bit cooler. That'd be a nice touch.
Right. And probably like the way that I was thinking originally, I kind of leave this a little long on one side, but then still drape it over my shoulder and then throw it over my other shoulder. So another kind of elegant evening way to wear it. And you know, if you have one of those pins, this would be a really good place to pin it, like right here in your shoulder area right here. So that's the wrap, traditional wrap ways that I like to wear this. The next ideas that I have for you are mostly based wearing it like a scarf. So my favorite way to do it is you fold it in half, and then I'm going to kind of scrunch down here. Hi! And then just wrap it around your neck and pull the ends through the loop.
Oh, look at that. That's so easy. I never ever thought to do anything like that. I'm not a style person, so I don't know. Do you have a style guide out there that you can, like, you know, you have put together for something like this? Because that's a really clever thing to do. I would never.
I feel like I would be like the blind leading the blind. I barely know what I'm doing.
Well, I think you did amazing. I never would have thought to do that at all. I'd be like, yeah, here it is. Wrap it around.
Yeah, and I know it's super, like, so with the length and the height of the wrap being what it is, you would think that it might be really bulky around your neck, but it's not, because of that fingering weight yarn and it's lace work and stuff. Right. It's really lightweight, but it keeps you warm, and it's not like hanging all about. So you're,
no, so it's just like kind of a nice touch, just to wear, even like casually in the summer or the spring. It's just like a little pop of something.
Absolutely. It takes your look to the next level. So this is one way. Another way I like to do it is similarly. So if you think about your wrap here, you know, I've got it in half. This is a half and this is a half. And then right about here, you can break it, like take those halves and break it in half. So you've got quarters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around my neck with 1/4 drop length on one side. And that means I've got the rest of the length over here. And then I'm just going to wrap that around. Fluff out my hair here.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can play with it so that like maybe this hangs a little cowl-like or whatever. And
give it a little bit more drape if they want.
Exactly. And you know, that's another great way to wear it, especially if you're actively doing stuff, like maybe you're working or, you know, if all you teachers, you know, you want to take your outfit to the next level. Maybe you can, but you still got to be able to wrangle those kids.
Right. So it's kind of out of the way, but it's still giving you a lot of style.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, I didn't know we lost
and so I really like this.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so far away I can't even see it.
I thought the thing was cutting out because I couldn't hear you for a second. So no, please go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I think I'm trying to think. I feel like I had one more that I was going to show you, but now I can't remember what it was. But honestly, it's just so much fun to just play around with it. It's got a lot of width to it, and I think one of my favorite ways to wear it, honestly, especially right now since it's like 50 degrees out and I'm wearing a tank top, is just to kind of wear it around my shoulders. And I've seen people, I haven't figured out how to do this yet. I will try and figure this out, and if I can, I will do a video. But I've seen like, anybody watch Outlander? Anybody?
I have seen a few episodes, yes. So I might know what you're talking about.
They, with their shawls and stuff, they tuck them in a certain way. So like, they can wrap them and then tuck them.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. I don't know how they do it. Is it like maybe tucked into a back piece or something? Or I always thought they just did it and they just like tied it in the back and they just never showed the back.
I know, I'm like, how does this work? Can we get a step by step?
But it's a great look. If you figure it out, pass it on because it is a great look. I do like it a lot.
Yeah, I need to work on it. But yeah, I think one of my favorite things about this is the lace work. And this yarn,
it is gorgeous.
The yarn is gorgeous, but it's so breathable. And hang on, I'm going to adjust the camera angle again. Hang on. I'm horrible. I know. I shouldn't.
No, you're totally fine. You're completely fine.
It was weird. I'm like
trying to... Now we can see your face without you doing this. Yeah. I know. I think above my head. My head's probably cut off too, but you know, I'm afraid to bring my camera back up because you know it just fell on me. All right.
We don't want it going in the pool. But one of my favorite things, especially like when you wear a nice contrasting shirt, like the darkness of this contrasted with the lightness of the yarn, is how you get to see all those stitches.
Oh,
can you see it?
Yeah, they really pop against the dark maroon that you're wearing. That's a really great like style point is to think about those.
Yeah.
I'm awful. Look, I'm jeans and a t-shirt. If I didn't have daughters, I would have no class. Like seriously, it's true. They tell me what to wear. My husband tells me what to wear. So you are doing a fantastic job. I'm gonna jot down all the tips.
Oh, thanks. I kind of feel a little bit like I've got imposter syndrome going with this because my general look is t-shirt, jeans, and Converse.
That's close to mine. Only I throw flip-flops in. We live in Arizona. So.
There you go. Hey, if it's not Converse, it is flip-flops. So it's a weather
there
thing.
You go. See, okay, so it's similar, but you still seem to have more of a fashion sense than I do because I literally would have taken my wrap and said, "Here's my wrap, everybody, go put it on." So,
thank you for that.
So I'm so glad that you came on today to share those with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and thanks for letting me be a part of the blog hop. It's amazing. It's always amazing. There's so many great designs out there. There really are. I hope everybody's taking part in it.
I know that, you know what, they are, and the designs that we have for this one are just, all of them, I never am disappointed every single time we do a blog hop. So like you said, I really hope people are out there taking advantage because it is a free PDF. You just have to go there and download it. A lot of people seem to think that you have to, you know, there's like a purchase necessary. No, there's not. Nope. It's just free for 24 hours. Just go and get it because that's like, to me, it almost feels like it's more like 10 patterns in one with how much you can do it. So it's really worth working that up, especially if you're somebody who is into spring fashion, into spring style. It's just really versatile. It's beautiful. And I love the lace work. I just can't say enough about that.
Thank you.
And I live in Arizona, so lace is the way to go here because it just gets too hot.
I just get overheated.
Yeah, same here, especially it's going into the summer here. So I don't know about you, but where you are, but here it gets over 100 degrees. It gets super, super hot. So yeah, your wrap would be absolutely perfect here. So I love that.
Well,
thank you again so much for joining me. And I will be back next week. So next week for our tips, tutorials, and more section, I'm either going to be sharing how to do the bobblette stitch or the star stitch. I haven't completely decided. So I hope you guys all loved the live today. Thank you so much, Kristen, for being here. And I'll be back next Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. See you then. Thanks so much, Kristen.
Thank you.
Enjoy your family.
Thanks.